It is my singular honor and pleasure to read the citation of the First Lady of Sierra Leone. Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatima Maada Bio, is the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone. She epitomizes bravery, intelligence, and servant leadership, as evident in the massive impact being recorded by her humanitarian and official work in her home country, in particular, and in the African continent at large. Born in Kono District, Eastern Sierra Leone, Fatima Maada Bio attended the Ansarul Islamic Primary Girls' School and completed her secondary education at St. Joseph Convent in Freetown. She then traveled to the United Kingdom to pursue further studies. In 1996, she enrolled at the Southwark College to study performing art for 2 years. On completion, she proceeded to the Roehampton University, where she attained her first BA honors degree in performing art, which qualifies her as an international actress and scriptwriter. In 2009, she returned to Southwark College, this time to study family law. 2 years into the course, she decided to switch over to the London College of Communication in 2012. In 2015, she graduated with a BA honors degree in journalism at the prestigious London College of Communication in the United Kingdom. Motivated by her Pan-Africanist ideals, Mrs. Bio led numerous gender, philanthropic, and child welfare campaigns, even before she became First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone on April 4, 2018. In 1999, at her teenage age of 18 years, she became the champion of the campaign against meningitis disease in Africa, but more especially in the Gambia. She was the first to donate a total sum of $10,000 US for the meningitis fight in the Gambia. As a beauty queen herself, she became the pioneer of the Face of the Gambia beauty pageantry that was meant to showcase not only outer beauty of girls, but to train them in public speaking, gender equality, and to promote them nationally and internationally. Many young ladies today in the Gambia who have excelled in the respective fields of work went through the training of Mrs. Bio. In 2002, with the support of the government, the First Lady Fatima Maada Bio launched the biggest award ceremony exclusively meant to promote women. The Gambia Women of Excellence Awards became a national award ceremony to celebrate and promote women of all walks of life in the Gambia. Every woman, old or young, look forward to their names being announced as winners. As an actress in 2013, she became the co-founder of the John Utaka Foundation. Her role was to support children living with disabilities, especially the blind in Nigeria and Ghana. After winning the prestigious Best African Actress Award, she channeled her goodwill and energy to empower women and girls in the United Kingdom and Africa. Her focus turned her to health management, where she donated hospital equipment and foodstuffs to all government hospitals in Sierra Leone, even before becoming the First Lady. She organized Christmas parties in different cities for the underprivileged and disabled children around Sierra Leone. As First Lady of the Republic, she hosted a historic, peaceful protest march against child abuse in December 2018. This impactful anti-rape and anti-early marriage campaign marked the beginning of her flagship Hands of Our Girls campaign. This campaign brought together First Ladies from various African countries who participated in a procession through major streets in the Freetown capital. 3 years later, the Hands of Our Girls campaign is arguably the biggest and most impactful child rights crusade that led to a presidential declaration of the national emergency on rape and sexual violence in February 2019, and the ultimate review and strengthening of the Sexual Offences Act in September 2019. She also played a major role in the establishment of the first ever special court that is now used for the trials of perpetrations of rape. In the same year, the Hands of Our Girls campaign was officially launched at the high-level meeting on the margins of the 74th United Nations General Assembly on the 25th of September. The campaign effectively featured at the Women's Deliver Conference in Canada, the BBC London, and the Commission on the Status of Women at the United Nations. The Sierra Leone's First Lady also launched the free sanitary pass distribution campaign for school-going girls in December 2019 as an offspring of the Hands of Our Girls campaign, and to complement the free quality education initiative introduced by the government of Sierra Leone. The sanitary pass program has witnessed a significant reduction in the number of girls skipping schools, while at the same time intensifying public education on menstrual sanitation. In 2019 to 2020, Her Excellency constructed an ultra-modern vocational school for the police wives to help them train in vocational skills such as computing, hairdressing, soap making, tailoring, and dye. That will empower and make them independent. Presently, the First Lady is constructing an ultra-modern 500-bed hospital, which will become the biggest hospital built by an African First Lady. She is also constructing a center of excellence for rape victims, a nursing school to train nurses, and an administrative block, all at the 34 military hospitals in Freetown. She is determined to make the 34 military hospital, which was established in 1934, one of the best in Africa in terms of quality and affordable health service delivery. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, the First Lady launched the National Food Basket Program to provide livelihood support to communities by supplying free bags of rice, cooking oil, sacks of salt, and other food items to every district in the country. She also provided solar-powered boreholes to enhance water supply all the year round in hard-to-reach communities. As a devoted Muslim woman, she has constructed a total of 11 mosques around the country, some with Arabic schools as part of the infrastructure, since attending office at the country's First Lady. Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatima Maada Bio, has also distinguished herself in the entertainment industry as an actress, scriptwriter, executive producer, and multi-award winning face of the industry. Her advocacy also resulted in the recruitment of the first exclusive 300 all-female brigade of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Among her numerous international awards include 1. Warrior Award at the International Women of Power Luncheon in California, USA, for her bravery and outstanding contribution towards women and girls in Sierra Leone. 2. One of the most influential people of African descent under 40 in New York, United States, under the United Nations. 3. Best Supporting Actress for the movie Mirror Boy. 4. Best Actress Award in 2011 from the Black Ethnics, Fashion and Film. 5. Best Actress of the Year at the African Oscar in Washington, D.C. 2013. 6. Gathering of African Best Awards for her exceptional contribution to promoting a positive image of Africans around the world. 7. Winner of the 50 most influential persons in Sierra Leone since 2018. 4 years continuously. As a result of the aforementioned and other practical deliverables, the African Union on the 27th May 2021 formally recognized Her Excellency as champion for sanitation and hygiene, and she now heads the division in the African Union. In recognition of her dedication to educating and protecting our children, especially girls, the First Lady in September 2021 honored by the United Nations as the new champion of the United Nations Education Plus program, alongside President Macky Sall of Senegal. In the same year, Her Excellency was appointed to serve as a member of the Advisory Board of the United Nations Institute for Training and Research. Her political prowess and strategic leadership were first noticed by the nation during the 2018 elections in Sierra Leone, where she played leading and proactive roles in the general campaigns and in brokering peace among factions within her political party. Her down-to-earth communication skills were not only due to her formal education, but also her affinity with the grassroots. In line with her husband's vision, Her Excellency the First Lady believes education is the key to human development. Her philanthropic character is inborn, and she is a fantastic role model that leads by example. Her greatest strength is her ability to achieve any goal she sets. Some say it is divine, but people close to her say it is pure, undiluted hard work, while others insist it is a combination of both divine intervention and hard work. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Fatima Maada Bio, First Lady of the Republic of Sierra
Leone. Thank you. Shall we give another round of applause? This is a fantastic book. She has achieved and she's still achieving. Well done, madam. May I now call upon the Chancellor to confer this degree on
First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
Your Excellency, Madam Fatima Maada Bio. Stand up and give her a big ovation, please. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. American International University. American International. Thank you. Can we all be seated, please, for a minute? I'm delighted to see such a human approach to this. We read the long citation. And I can tell you one thing, that more than anything else, this is the least she deserves, which is an honorary doctorate degree because of her humanity, work for women and children. I would ask the Deputy Speaker to join me in providing this award to her, as well as to Honorable Minister of Human Affairs, Madam, join us in giving to Her Excellency. Please give her a standing
Ami, hey, hello.
Hey. Gambia nga sigil Sierra Leone, sigil Africa, tawal Africa, tawal Africa. Wow, desa ñaari sax ci may dokta.
Ami Mane. Kadi, kurang gani kira fofu wai. Guys, come on.
Everything.
Your Excellency, Madam Fatima Maada Bio, it is our great privilege, honor, and distinguished guest to present to you a doctorate degree. Both of you ladies are iconic. Both of you ladies are the role models we follow. Give them a standing ovation. And I would ask Dr. Adama Sallah to assist me in providing this honorary degree to Her Excellency, Madam Fatima Maada.
lopitaan yi yaa ngi si marché yi yaa ngi si tanka yi jàppale nga miina yi jàppale nga baadoola yi jàppale nga pooles yi te ñi nga jàppale ñëpp ay doomi réew lañ lii lañ xalaatee Hariti Alaaji Mbay Hariti Maymuna Balde Hariti Maymuna Cissé our national women mobilizer
I have the singular honor to invite Her Excellency, and again the singular honor to be the first person to call her Dr. Fatima Maada Bio for her acceptance.
Chancellors from the Republic of Sierra Leone, from Nigeria and all other African countries, honorable ministers here present, ministers from the Gambia, ministers from the Republic of Sierra Leone here present, my humble ambassador, my mommy, student, graduates, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is an absolute honor to stand in front of you here today. It's an overwhelming honor. 24 years ago, I stood on this stage as a little girl, desperately wanting to celebrate women because I realized that women are doing so much for this beautiful country. And coined the title Women of Excellence Award. And I'm very honored to say I am still alive to see Madam Fatou Kinte, who is now the Minister of Gender. Then she was at the Women's Bureau, and I was a very stubborn little girl who refused no for an answer. And I choose to be in her face every day and say, I have to do this and I can't do it on my own. And she believed in that project. And we started the Women of Excellence Award. Great women went through that award. Women from all walks of life here in the Gambia. And 2 years before that, I had the opportunity to say to myself, why is it that girls in the Gambia are not given the privilege to express themselves as women? As a very stubborn teenager again, a lot of people who are here who knew me then know I was very stubborn. I thought, you know what? I'm now going to start the face of the Gambia. It is a beauty competition, but it's one that liberates girls in this country, one that gives them the platform to shine right here on this stage again. So the Caraba Hall has been a stage that has celebrated and pioneered great ideas, and one that I brought into the Gambia, and I'm honored. Now people will ask, why do I talk about Gambia so much and not talk about Sierra Leone? I am a child from two different worlds, and I'm a very proud African woman. Born in Sierra Leone, groomed in Sierra Leone by a Gambian father, came here when I was 15 years old, didn't understand the culture, didn't understand what is it that I needed to do. But then I was accepted in the society because of who I was. The then government did not see me as a child, but they saw me as somebody who is a change maker. And they gave me that opportunity to serve. And I wanted to serve. I was so hungry to serve because every day I see something that I needed to change. And the reason why that was possible was the fact that I'm a Jahanka girl. Now, if you understand what that means, we are not prepared to be educated. We were not given the opportunity to go to school. We are trained to be ready for marriage at the age of 12. That is who we are. Now, as a Jahanka girl who can stand in front of my people and say, today I'm a doctor, that's a full statement. For me, it's not the title. Title is just a title. For me, it's believe in the change that you think you can effect on your people. Yes. In Africa today, we can't wait for people to change our continent for us. We have to do it ourselves. Now we can start from one small step. That small step is better than doing nothing. My sister here will tell you, as a First Lady, this is the most controversial position you can hold in the world, especially when you're an African woman. When the president do well, it's not the First Lady. When the president does wrong, it is the First Lady's fault. When the president dress well, that's the government who dress the president. If the president forgets his necktie, the First Lady is not a good woman. If the president decide to eat a lot of food and get fat, this woman is not looking after this man. If the president comes out in the morning and not smile, oh my God, what happened in the house today? That is who we are. But let me give you a little definition of who a First Lady should be. A First Lady should be selfless. A First Lady should be somebody who cares. And not care by just showing people in front of people, but actually mean that you care for your people. A First Lady is not voted for, but the expectation and the change that you can make is up to you. The platform you create for yourself will be your platform that they will remember you for. My job is not to rule my country. My job is to complement my husband's effort. My husband, like I said, I come from a home that do not believe in a woman's education. If you ask me to read the Quran for you, I can read from Fatiha to Bagara now. That is who we are. I'm a Jahanka woman and I'm very proud, and I'm a very proud, devoted Muslim woman who believes that serving your people is the foremost priority in this world. My husband believes in education, and if he believes in education, which I believe that my own tribe deprived us from that education, now I'll compliment him and make sure every girl child in this world have the opportunity to go to school. And that's what we're doing. Now, a simple definition is work for your people, serve your people, and care less about what they say about you. Because they're going to talk anyway. Yes. You give them, they will talk. You don't give them, they will talk. Now, what's the point of keeping your own spirit down just because somebody else is not happy? Happiness comes from yourself. You make yourself happy. Now you guys are now going to be graduated to serve this world. You will not only be serving the Gambia, but you'll be serving our continent. Be the role model that you're expected to be. Serve and remember that there are other people who have given you this trust. Your teachers, there is no way we can pay our teachers. We do not have that money to pay our teachers. After God, after our parents, the most important people in our lives should be our teachers. Because they empower you, they enlighten you, they expose you to things that you never imagined in your life that you will be able to acquire. They sacrifice their own time for you to be a better person. And the least you can give back to society is be a better person for society. So today I want to say thank you to the American International University for looking at a 𝐻𝐻𝐃 girl and in the most appropriate place, the Gambia, and say today, Fatima, we want to celebrate you on a stage that I have celebrated so many women in this country. And I have been proud of my service. Service to the Gambia, service to the United Kingdom, service to Sierra Leone, service to Nigeria and Ghana, service to the African continent, and now that I've been blessed with the opportunity to serve as the African champion for sanitation, and then be one of the board members to do research on Africa diplomacy, I want to promise you all that I will give that the utmost priority in everything that I do, because then I know I will serve Africa. Our change is in our own hands. We have missed out on every revolution that has come. The fourth revolution is looming on us. Africa, this is the time to take our rightful place in society. We have youthful population that are going to be fit for purpose, and we are going to refuse them from keeping us silent. I cannot be silenced when my forefathers have fought for me and give me the freedom that I have today. And I'll continue to say, we will not accept rape in our society because that is evil. And I'll continue to say, I'm saying this in the Gambia because it is more appropriate. Don't tell me I don't know, I know I'm also one of you. Early marriage is a legalized way of raping a child. We need to speak up for these things. We need to stop. Early marriage is the worst thing that is happening to Africa today. Rape is just a part of it. But when we sit and be silent and allow early marriage to continue in Africa, that means we are also as evil as the evildoers. So we speak up and we tell them we've had enough. And that if you come near my child, I will kill you myself. Because my child is not your property. Allow my child to breathe and give my child the space to breathe. So when you go and when you are campaigning and when you are serving Africa, remember there is a 𝐻𝐻𝐃 girl who refused to be married at the age of 12 because I didn't know who my husband was at the age of 12. I refused it. And that's the first time when you look at your father and say, you will have to kill me, but I will not do this. And then you look at your father and the disappointment in his face. But today, my father lived on to see me as the First Lady of Sierra Leone. So I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much, American University, for giving me this opportunity and for allowing me to share this platform with my sister, Fatu. I know you will now understand what you read on social media is always not the truth. We serve, and we serve our people well. Thank you so very much, everyone. I want to say thank you to my people from Sierra Leone. Every one of you who flew in here today, I want to say thank you. To our members of parliament who are here, I want to make this clear to you guys. If I am a successful First Lady, it is only possible because you support and you bless me every day. Thank you to His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, who has given me the space to not only fly, but to enjoy being a woman. And I am a proud African woman. Thank you so very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled to be here in front of you all. Of course, to the media, be kind to me today. It's my day, so you celebrate me. I believe most of you know me as Fatima Maada Bio, and officially now Fatima Maada Bio. I'm the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and I'm here because I was invited by the American International University that has given me the opportunity to bestow on me a doctorate degree for Humane Letters. The Humane Letters is the fact that they have seen the work that I do in my field as an activist, as a voice for the voiceless, as somebody who is very passionate of what I do, and a changer, somebody who believes that we need to change certain things in Africa. Now, my focus has been on girls and women, and that is where most of you will know about my campaign called the Hands Off Our Girls campaign, which focuses on rape issues and early marriage, teenage pregnancies. And the reason why I focus on rape, early marriage, and teenage pregnancies, because I believe if we can curtail all of those issues, then the scourge of infant and child mortality in Africa will reduce, HIV will reduce, fistula will reduce, and I think we also as women will have our dignity back, and will have our freedom to be able to be part of a society and not worried about somebody raping us or somebody forcing us into early marriage. We will have our independent voices to really do our own things the way we wanted to do it. I know we're doing a press conference, but I don't want to just be talking for talk's sake. And I'm hoping that you guys have done your own research and you will ask me questions that will focus on my work. I don't answer personal questions anymore. Don't mind me, but that's what it is. Personal questions or something that you want to ask me that you feel is personal, you can use my Facebook page and inbox me, and I'll answer you privately. If you want to ask me a question, I would appreciate it. It focuses around my work, or it focuses around Sierra Leone or the Gambia or Africa, then I would truly appreciate to answer that questions. So I don't want to lead you on. I don't want to give you the questions that you should be asking me. I've introduced myself, and my work focuses around gender equality. My work focuses myself around the safety of girls and the safety of our children. And I believe that empowering a girl and giving girls the opportunity to go to school, remain in school, and finish their education is the best thing that you can do for Africa today. And we are working on that track. Now that is the footstep we're following, because our president, retired Brigadier Fatima Maada Bio, is one of Africa's champions of education. He believes that if we are to be a nation that is fit for purpose, we have to have a population that is educated, enlightened, and exposed. And that is what we are all working to. The government of His Excellency, everybody is focusing on making sure education becomes the #1 priority in our country, and we are all fitting in our own ways of helping, making sure that education stays as what it is, free and have the quality, and that everybody who goes through our education system will come out of there and be ready for the challenges that are ahead of us. So the free quality education, because of that, we are able to now give out free sanitary pads to girls, and we're giving free sanitary pads to girls because we realize that girls are struggling when they see their menstruation. In Africa, most of them don't have sanitary pads, and because of that, they will stay out of school. Now, if you calculate the number of days that those girls don't go to school, we're talking about a whole term in a year, because they will miss at least 84 days a year out of school. 84 days is like missing out the whole term. There is no way you would want to talk about equality if a girl will miss 84 days a year out of school just because of something that is not of their own making. Menstruation is a natural occurrence, and we have to accept that, and we have to give our girls the opportunity to remain in school. So with that, we decided that it is best for us to give out free sanitary pads and through the free quality education. Also, our campaign for Hands Off Our Girls continue, which is focused on the issue of rape we have managed to reduce the statistics on rape in Sierra Leone today drastically, because a lot of people are even scared to be arrested. Now the girls of Sierra Leone, if you are under 18 years old, they call you Fatima's children. And if you are Fatima's children, no one should touch you. The girls are free to go about their businesses and focus on their education, because now it's education. It is the time for us to give them the opportunity to excel. So really, I'm very happy coming back to the Gambia, and every time I come to the Gambia, I feel refreshed and happy, and seeing colleagues and seeing young people that I have known before now, and seeing brothers and sisters that I have worked with in a different field here, also doing and growing and establishing themselves in the Gambia, make me a very happy woman. And I'm very happy also that as much as I spent my teenage years to my adult years in the Gambia, I have also built a network of family in Sierra Leone that are with me everywhere I go. And I want to also commend and appreciate all of them for always supporting the cause. We always try to fight a right cause and a just cause. You know, of course, it's like fighting corruption. Anything you fight that is a social norm, they fight back about it. But I started calling names and, you know, calling institutions that I know are prone into rape. I name them and I shame them. So I've been doing that, and I have a huge coalition when it comes to our campaign. And the first people or the first institution that signed up to that coalition are the police. The police are my biggest champion right now, because I called out their names, I name and shame them, and they joined me in my campaign. And they realized that, yes, somebody has to say something. So to your question, I have a very cordial relationship with the security forces, both the police and the military. I work with them, and all of them are with me when I campaign. When we go out, even when we go out to do an advocacy campaign, I'll have the police come with their message of solidarity, and I'll have the military come with their message of solidarity. We go around the country, all of us. They don't sit in their offices. When I go, I take them with me, because people need to understand that even the law enforcement officers are with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I am Abdullah Dabo from Paradise TV. Madam, congratulations and welcome home. All what you've mentioned prior, it has shown that they are reactive measures. Are you also embarking on proactive measures to ensure that all these social norms are manifested in order to empower girls or women? Thank you.
It's not easy, but we have the most supportive president today when it comes to gender issues. And the president has changed so much laws in favor of women. Policies that you would not imagine an African president will touch, the president have touched those policies, which include the rights of a child, which now we have an established special court for rape. If you rape, the president has changed the law. Before, you rape a child and then you will just get a slap in the hand and that's it, you go away. Now, if you are found guilty in court, you are sentenced to 15 years minimum. So that is a deter, that is making people understand that this is not a joke, and we are not joking. But we have the total support of the government of Sierra Leone, and our biggest champion, who is right at the front of the campaign on all gender issues in our country, is the president himself. So yes, he's there.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. I am Aisha Susan from the Foreign newspaper. Madam First Lady, congratulations on your new achievement. My question is, what do you think should be done to reduce rape in Africa, and how do we promote girl child education?
That is exactly what we are doing. The campaign Hands Off Our Girls, it's not only a Sierra Leonean campaign today, it's a global campaign. And that's the reason why I had the opportunity to be appointed as the champion for African sanitation and hygiene in Africa under the African Union. And I'm also now the Education Plus champion under the United Nations. So, I mean, again, like I said, rape, if we stay silent on it, then we are also contributing to that rape. The voices has to be heard. We have to speak up for the voiceless, and we should be protecting them. I have done my bit, and I continue to do my bit. I have the loudest voice today in Africa when it comes to gender issue. I have the loudest voice when it comes to children's issue in Africa, and I do not mince my word when I speak. I don't speak from a script, because when you speak from a script, you are programmed. I don't speak from a script when it comes to gender issues, when it comes to children's affairs. I speak from the heart because I believe that it needs to stop and something needs to change.
Good afternoon and congratulations, Madam First Lady. My name is Binta Jalo from 𝐼_Africa TV. I want to ask, you are currently running a campaign called Hands Off Our Girls, and in Sierra Leone, of course. And it has made a big...
If you come on my stage and contest as a beauty queen in this country, you are classed as a wayward girl. They just like, you know, you like, oh, now she follow Fatima Maada Bio. That was it. And I felt for those girls, but I did have girls that were determined and they were ready to do it. That's a competition. I was the first person who was given a vehicle here. When you win the Face of the Gambia, I'll give you a vehicle just for an incentive, just so that a girl would have the voice to say whatever they wanted to say and do whatever they wanted to do. And at that time, I have to be very grateful to the then government because they supported the project. Not supported financially, but they give me the enabling environment to make sure that I was able to reach out to as many girls in this country as possible. And most of those girls today, I am so proud of what they have become. I see them on TV, I see them on radio, I see them owning their own businesses, I see them excelling in so many things that they, in reality, they would not have. I used to go to hairdressing salon. My mom stopped going to a hairdressing salon because there was a mother in a hairdressing salon where my mom went to do her hair. And the mother said, oh, everybody, my children, my husband, everybody talk about Fatima, Fatima, Fatima in my house. I wish I could just kill that girl. My mom was sitting there. She said nothing. She packed up her bag and she left that hairdressing salon. And that was the last time my mother went to a hairdressing salon. Just because I wanted to empower girls. I wanted to give voices to these girls. And that happened here in the Gambia. But I've been blessed with opportunities with so many women who I have worked with. You know, one such woman is sitting here, Fatou Camara. We were classed as the wild street girls of the Gambia. That is how bad it was. What we believe in, what we wanted to do. We know our direction, we know exactly what we wanted to do. So from that thirst of knowing that you can actually bring a change in a society, because I have girls before I left and finally, turned back my focus to Sierra Leone, I have a troopers of girls who were standing for themselves and they would not allow anybody bring them down again. So I left as a satisfied woman and went to Sierra Leone. And then when God gave me this blessing and opportunity to be a first lady, I now have a bigger platform, and a platform that enabled me to be able to do more. And this time, I will not be selective of who to help. I can do it for everybody and open my hands to everyone who wants to come. Really, I will tell you, my experience here in the Gambia emboldened me and gives me more zest and gives me the confidence to go out and say, let me find a way of changing the world. And that's what I'm doing. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am from Paradise TV. I have a few questions, but I'll just put them one after the other that you mentioned. In any activity, the most important and the most vital thing needed is funding. And the office of the First Lady is not an act of parliament in Sierra Leone. So where is this funding coming from? Do you have partners that you're working with, or is it coming from your pocket?
It cannot come from my pocket, sir. What we do as a First Lady, you should have a personal relationship with your people. That is what you should have. Most of my campaign are funded by Sierra Leoneans themselves. Like I said, when I wanted to start the free sanitary pad, I went on national TV and I asked the Sierra Leoneans to believe in the project. If they believe in your project, wonders does happen. I do functions, I do fundraising, I do dinners, I do concerts. I go out myself as a First Lady and I sell tickets like any market woman in Banjul market. I do that because I'm doing it for my people. So my fundraising drive has grown from raising $10,000 to raising the $1 million that I need for my project. And I do that once a year, sometimes twice a year. And every single penny I raise when it comes to my position as a First Lady is invested totally back to the country. And what God has blessed me with, God has blessed me with a group called the JMB Women's Wing and Associate Members. All qualified people, everybody have money of their own, and they don't work for government. Only few people work for government in that group. And when I want $50,000, they will raise it in 1 hour. That is the blessing. And they don't raise it by going out and fake checks, no. They will count the money there and put it because they believe in the cause. So the Hands of Our Girls is not my campaign, it's the people's campaign. And the people fund the campaign. The government of Sierra Leone also, when they see the need that this is something that we need to do, and they wanted to use my service to go around the country, they funded. And that is why the office of the First Lady is under the office of the President. So the President has the sole right to choose who he wants to take his campaign where he wants them. The President has empowered me as the First Lady to take the Hands of Our Girls campaign to the people. So which means if I have to go, they have to buy my petrol. If I have to sleep there, they have to pay my hotel bill.
Thank you very much once again. Now, as far as youth countries.
For me, I believe that Africa has a lot of issues, and every First Lady has something they're very passionate about. But I believe one issue that we all have in common is the issue of rape and the issue of early marriage. And I'm hoping and praying that African First Ladies will see this as not a threat to their husband's position, but they will see this as an opportunity to change the world. I am not in any champion, but then my plea will be to them, let us champion things that are sensible. Let us champion things that are of our making and we can stop them. Let us champion issues that will actually give women voice and give them the freedom. There is no greater campaign we will have as First Ladies than having African women be part of nation building and be free and be competitive as men and have the same opportunity as men. I don't think anything will be bigger than that.
Again from 𝐼𝐓𝐑𝐒 TV. Madam, you're seen as a very strong woman. I want to know where you draw this inspiration from.
My mother. My mother don't speak, she just acts and does what she thinks is right. I have a very, very strong mother. And even when I said no to my marriage at the age of 12, I had my mother's back in 100%. She stood behind me and said, do not do the mistake that I did. And then she stayed silent and watched me and my dad fight. So my mom has always been there. And I think she is my campaigner in chief.
This will be my final question. You mentioned rape. And rape is a very big problem in our African society. And it's something that you are fighting to end. And you've mentioned that in Sierra Leone now, the minimum sentencing the person can get for rape is 15. You personally and your activities that you are engaging on, how many rape cases have you driven to see that it passed through court and one is sentenced?
I am not in charge of the judiciary.
Not per se in terms in charge of the judiciary, but seeing that a victim is victimized and make sure the perpetrator is being dragged to court and something is done about it.
That's the thing. I am not in charge. Everybody have a role to play. That's why I said I have a huge coalition that works with me. I have the police. First, if you're raped, you go to the police. The police now will take your case and refer it to the family support unit. The family support unit is their job to take that case to the court. Before they go to court, family support unit will take you to the hospital and you are assessed, and then we have a medical report. The medical report is what we will now use to prepare our case and go to court. I'm not at the front of those details, because which means I will be the one going to court and give evidence. What I do is every month I called a stakeholder meeting where everybody will have to come and explain what they have done that month. And that is from the lawyers. We have female lawyers whose job is to make sure any case that goes to court that is of rape, we have female lawyers that will now be the one to help the victims free of charge. We have female doctors. Any hospital today that a rape victim is taken and one of our members is there, they automatically take over the case so that nobody will tamper with the case. And that doctor is the one who makes the report, and that doctor is the one who will go to court to give evidence, because I cannot go to court to give evidence, which means if I go to court and give evidence, of course, the judge will have to rule in my favor, because I don't think they'll think, but then the professionals whose job is for them to be able to take this case to court, they all do their own little until it gets to court. What I do is I campaign. And then when they give me statistics, if they tell me this month the statistics has risen, I go back and say, no, this is what is happening. If they name a district where the rape is rising instead of reducing, I name the district and I say, no, you're doing this, and then engage more stakeholders and get them involved. So we have a chain work where everybody is involved one way or the other. What I'm doing now to make it more easier for rape victims, I'm building a state-of-the-art excellent center, we call it, because I don't want it to have a stigma on it. It's a safe home. In that safe home, when a victim is brought to that safe home, in a room, there will be a monitor there, so that the victim, because all what I'm explaining to you now, every time they go to the hospital, they have to explain what happened to them. When they go to the police, they have to explain what happened to them. When they go to family support unit, they have to explain what happened to them. When they go to courts, they will have to give evidence of what happened to them. I'm trying to reduce that. So when you come to my safe home, in a room, only one person will interview you. Everybody who will be part of that case will have a place where they sit and they watch you through the monitor. From that monitor, everybody take a statement so that the victim is not victimized twice. That is what I'm working towards, because I really want to have a state of the art, just as it is in the Western world, where a victim will not feel pressure, or they go to you, they remember certain details, and then when they come to this other person, they forget that details, and because of that, you will go to court and not get the justice that they deserve. Now, everybody will be there together. When the victim gives her statement, everybody should be there. From the doctor, the nurse, family support, the police, the judiciary, everybody that is concerned, including the lawyer that will represent the girl, they will all be there. They will all be hosting an office in that building. So everybody will take the same statement. So your statement will not be different from the police statement. And if the police said we've lost the file, the doctor will provide their own file, because it will be the same. If the family support unit says, well, unfortunately, we had accident on the road, the file, because these are things that is happening in Africa. You go to court, and then they said, where's the file? Unfortunately, the file has gone missing. So all of those things are making sure we tighten those loopholes so that we do not have those problems in the future when we go to court. I don't know if that answers your question, sir.
Good afternoon once again. 𝐷𝐸𝐿 Paradise TV. Well, Ma, do you have plans on the way to make sure that your initiative stretches across Africa? And if so, how progressive is it?
I cannot be the first lady of every African country.
I mean your initiative, not your personality per se.
Well, the one first lady that I worked with when it comes to rape issue and early marriage is the first lady of Liberia. Reason being is we share border. So we have perpetrators, when they commit crime in Sierra Leone, they run to Liberia easily. And the same thing happened in Liberia, because it's a stone throw. When they do the same thing in Liberia, they will run to Freetown, they will run to Sierra Leone and come and hide. So now what we have agreed, if any perpetrator run to any of this country, we hunt you down and send you back to your country. So which means I have to collaborate with the First Lady of Liberia. And when she launched the She Is You movement, I was there to support her. I launched the Hands of Our Girls first. She came and supported the campaign, including the First Lady of the Gambia. They all came to launch the Hands of Our Girls campaign. When the First Lady of Liberia wanted to launch She Is You movement, she also called me, and I went there with other First Ladies. We launched it. Like I said, every First Lady have what is their priority. I cannot impose my priority on them, but I'm hoping that they will see this as not priority, just a case, but they see it as necessity, that Africa truly needs this. Yay, they're done. So first GRPS is here. They came in late, so they're trying to see if they can have 10 minutes interview with you. I can only do here. No, okay, I'm hungry. Well then, that's it. Are you all done? One more? Okay, we'll let her do one more. Thank you. The thing is off.
mean, considering the fact, the stigma attached to child marriage and rape in Africa, what are some of the challenges you face, handling this fight?
What are the challenges?
The challenges, you face while,
The perpetrators will always fight back. When I won the Hands Off Our Girls campaign, the men, they said, hands off our pockets. So they're telling me that the girls are going after their money in their pocket. And I actually went back to try and educate them. But today I can tell you, no man in Sierra Leone would want to chase a little girl because they would not want to be my friend. Let's just put it that way. With early marriage, what we have seen now is because of the free quality education, we have more girls in school, and the campaign of the Hands Off Our Girls all over the country has kept the girls in school. So normally before first term, you'll have a whole classroom full of people, but then by the second term, 30 or 40% of the people who have dropped out of those classes will be female. It's not the case anymore. Now you will go back, after first term, you will find 95% of girls are still there. So which means the message is in every household. And there is nowhere in Sierra Leone, there is no household in Sierra Leone that does not know the campaign Hands Off Our Girls. In fact, you have in the provinces or some rural areas, they believe that Hands Off Our Girls is a law. We still have to explain to them that no, it is not a law, it's just a campaign for you to know this should not happen to your child. But if it does happen, this is what you need to do. We go back to them and explain to them, because even now as I speak to you, if I am not in the country and someone is raped, they go on social media. If they can't find any means of reaching me, they go on social media and say, my first lady, somebody have raped my daughter in this province or in this village or this blah blah. So I'll get to see those things and I'll alert the police to look into it immediately. So the challenges are there, but the opportunity of them understanding that this is a problem that they themselves will not want to be part of has made it much, much, much rewarding. Do you want the Sierra Leonean to be there? Oh, well, you know what? I am an African first lady. Does that answer your question? But I mean, I will say this to you with pride. My Sierra Leonean upbringing and my Gambian culture is what has prepared me for this role. So I am a very proud person. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so very much.